Hey everyone, it's your boy Naid 40033 back again with another video. Now I know what you're thinking, Naid. When are you gonna drop some more of those real-life horror stories? This is something you guys have been requesting the hell out of for a long time. It took a lot of time, but I finally found 3 stories that take place during school lockdowns. Get ready for chills because these stories are going to take you to some dark places. It was a typical boring day in calculus, Friday 7th period, and spring break was almost here. My best friend Mark sat next to me. We were whispering about our break plans when the PA system crackled to life. It was our principal, Mr. Henderson. He sounded off. He told us that the school was on immediate lockdown. We had lockdown drills all the time, but this felt different. Our teacher, Mrs. Caldwell, rushed to the door, locked it, and turned off the lights. The classroom went silent except for hushed whispers. Mark and I sat in the darkness, hearing each other's heavy breaths. Then a scratching sound came from the door. "What is that?" Mark whispered. I shook my head, too afraid to answer. The scratching continued, then stopped. A loud bang on the door, followed by heavy pounding, made Mrs. Caldwell scream. Some girls started crying. Mark grabbed my arm. "We need to get out of here," he whispered. We huddled in the corner, far from the door and windows. We stayed like that for what felt like hours. Then, just as suddenly as it started, it stopped. Silence. Mrs. Caldwell, still shaking, slowly made her way to the door and looked through the peephole. "It's the police," she said. It's over." My school has 2 lunch periods. I had second lunch with my friends. That day we were at our usual table when the lights flickered and everything went dark. The PA system crackled to life. The principal sounded panicked. "School lockdown," he said. The lunchroom erupted in chaos. Kids were screaming, running around, knocking over tables. Jessica grabbed my arm. "We need to get out of here." We joined the throng rushing towards the exits, but the doors were locked. We were trapped. We huddled in a corner, terrified, our imaginations running wild. Then, just as suddenly as it started, it stopped. The lights flickered back on. The PA system crackled back to life. "False alarm," the principal said. "There was a malfunction with the fire alarm system. Everyone, please return to your regularly scheduled classes." Chapter 3. The Basement. I'm 22, fresh out of college and working as a computer intern in my old high school's basement. My job is simple: take inventory of all the computers. My old high school has a reputation. Back when the school was first built, a construction worker fell to his death. They say he haunts the basement. I thought it was just silly stories until I started working there. One night I was working late. The only light came from flickering fluorescent bulbs and my computer screen. I was about to call it a night when I heard footsteps, heavy, deliberate footsteps from the other side of the basement. I froze, my heart pounding. I listened, but the sound didn't come again. I told myself it was my imagination. I went back to work, but I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. I kept hearing whispers, footsteps, breathing. Then the lights went out. I fumbled for my phone and turned on the flashlight. I shone the light around but saw nothing. Then I heard footsteps again, coming closer. I backed away, tripped over a box, and fell. My phone skittered out of reach. I lay there, paralyzed with fear, as the footsteps came closer. They stopped right in front of me. I could hear heavy, ragged breaths. The PA system crackled to life. It was Mr. Henderson. "Who's in the basement? Identify yourself." I scrambled to my feet and grabbed my phone. "It's me, Mr. Henderson. It's just me." The lights flickered back on. I looked around, but there was nobody there. Mr. Henderson came rushing down the stairs, his face pale. "What happened? Are you okay?" I told him about the footsteps and breathing, but he didn't believe me. He said it was probably just the old building settling. I knew he was wrong. I never worked late at the school again. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed these creepy true school lockdown stories, make sure to like, comment and subscribe for more spine-chilling content. Stay safe out there.